guys doing today? Is Blazer here, back in with another video. Please, everyone, before we start this video, feel free to subscribe right now and turn on the notifications because I'll be doing a lot of videos soon here that will bring you a lot of new things to do, like Vibe Game and fixing all your other games. So just feel free to hit that notification button. Also, feel free to join the Discord. It is in the description, and if you do, we are going to be doing the giveaway in a bit here. Well, as soon as possible when I hit that 2K subs. Spread the word, like I said. It's pretty cool stuff. But yeah, so today is going to be on Roblox Studio, and it's just going to be based all on that. So if you are new to Roblox Studio, then please feel free to watch this video. But if you are not, don't you don't really need to watch this video. It's mainly just a tutorial to everyone who is new and is wanting to learn on what Roblox Studio is and is just literally plain off the bat new to Roblox. So basically, what you're gonna want to do is either just search up Roblox Studio on Google, either one works, and you'll see this roblox.com/create, and this is where you'll find everything where I'll talk about creating stuff and making games. And it brings a lot. It talks about everything like Developers Hub. You make your games, you can reach 1 million players and earn serious cash. And yes, and like this says, top developers are owning 2 million a year. It's pretty crazy. So it's some cool stuff. So welcome if you are new. And that's if you want to keep continuing with this stuff. So go here, hit start creating. It should give you a whole download, and of course it will be downloading basically a Google, like a Roblox Studio icon that's blue, and that's going to be the Roblox Studio, and that's what you're going to be using to load up Roblox Studio and everything like that. At the same time, you can just go over here and hit create, and you'll do everything like that. So you can just hit create right here and hit create new game, and it'll just pop up everything. So actually, yeah, so we're going to go right here, and I'm going to show you. So when you load up Roblox Studio, you're going to get these places. We're going to get all these choices of what you want to do, and I'm sorry if you can't really see right here right now, but there's all these base plates, flats, terrains, and there's normally basis games that are already ready and scripted that Roblox provides for you. There's racing, Pirate Island, that's just building and stuff. Obby is already scripted, Infinite Runner, Line Runner, these are 2D games. Capture the Flag. There's a lot of stuff that is scripted in Galactic Speedway. That's another scripted thing. But if you want to just learn the basics, stick with it right here and go to just a base plate. This is what normally all developers do, and just load up a base plate and get some cool stuff. So in this tutorial, we're going to be learning all the stuff that you can do and how to work this game. It's pretty easy, pretty much makes sense. If you're wondering how I got black, I did this just a bit ago, but you can go to studio settings, if I'm right, yes, and go to theme and change out the dark. So we're actually going to look at all that stuff in a second here. So let's just talk about that. So as you can see, I have all these weird files open and everything. I have mine open to a certain part, like, so sorry, like this for me, because I just want to show my webcam, keep you guys all updated and stuff like that. So this is the main screen. This is where your game will be playing. This is everything that you'll be building in and learning everything from that. This is my output when it comes to scripts, learning what you need to know, what's happening in your game. Explorer, which will have all of the details on what is in your game, and properties, and I have Team Create open at the moment, which you can also have toolbox. So I'm going to show you how to arrange all these, but yeah, so if we're going to go to this view, let's just go to that real quick. You're going to go up here. These are all the certain things. These are all the different things you have in Roblox Studio and what you can use to create. Actually, before we do that, yeah, well, let's just do this real quick because these are some important things to look at. Explorer, so you'll just click this and it will open it up. Properties, you'll need that too. So make sure to always have these two open. I don't know if I explained it too well, but always have Explorer and Properties open, and I'll tell you why in a reason in a bit here. There's Toolbox, which I do have right over here, but I have that closed, and what I did was I had Team Create. Normally your guys' screen would be like this. Keep it like that, don't make it like mine. Mine is just because I have the webcam in the way. I do have output open. You have tons of stuff, guys. There's so much to look at. Script performance, find results, terrain editor. Terrain editor I'm going to show you about in a bit here too. But there's all this stuff. You don't really need anything else but output and toolbox, to be honest. So that's good to look at. Over here we have view selector, which is like this thing right here, knowing where your X and Y's are, so which is nice. You got the screenshot, video record, show grid, which is also very nice. Grid material and stuff like that. You can do something like this, which is pretty nice. So I actually need to keep my grid material on. I like that. That's what it was. So that's pretty sick. Yeah, so I turn on grid material. It looks better if you have grid material on. So yeah, that's the basic of that. So now we're actually going to go to home because we're going to look at some main things real quick and talk about what we're basically doing when you load up a game. How it says publish, we're going to do that in a second here. But normally you're going to go to home and hit game settings, and then you just click publish. Now this is where you're going to get all these names, and you'll be able to description, creator tag. So I'll just do test video. Now, gosh, my bad. You're going to create. It's going to do this for you. It's going to do all this weird stuff. So that's published. Now you're going to have it already. Now that your game is published, this means you'll be able to play it and do everything with that. So you're going to go to game settings and look at all this stuff. There's so much you can do. There's names, descriptions. I do a lot of these tutorials in my series, so if you want to go look at them, game icon, all that type of stuff. Permissions, right now, if you want to make it public, so it's just on your profile, click public or for friends, but now it's for private, just for me. Monetization, security, localization, places, which is this place. Avatar, which in my opinion you'd either do R6 or R15. Keep it on R15 since it's normal. Don't really touch it unless you guys know what you're doing, but welcome everyone who is new. But yeah, so we got to have the basic stuff over here. So that's it. It's already published. So yes, you are able to play your game, and I'll show you how in a second here. You basically go to, like I said, go to create, and let's refresh it since it should pop up. And it'll pop up right here, and it should say that. You'll just click that, and sorry, well, right here, places, click that, play, and you'll be able to play it. And now you can add to your profile, which means it will be on your profile page, and then you can also make it public and stuff like that. So that's pretty much basic to Roblox Studio. Files, there's a lot of stuff. Open file, or open a Roblox file. Save to file as in save this to your hard drive instead of saving it to Roblox. So I always do that with backups if it's a huge game of mine. I've done plenty of that. So yeah, save to Roblox, publish to Roblox. Advanced, where it will have all these similar things. You don't have to worry about that, and my webcam isn't in the way, but there is studio settings and beta features. Beta features, I'd recommend turning that on because it's good for developers and to learn new things. Now, studio settings, on the other hand, is where you can have a lot of cool stuff, you guys. You can do script editing colors, which I'll show you in a second here, and basically all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't really touch anything else rather than the dark theme, and then maybe messing with the script colors if you want. But yeah, that's a cool thing to look at. And then, of course, we have game settings, the same thing. So let's learn the basics on the home page. We're going to grab a part, and, oh gosh. Well, actually, I'm going to turn off grid material off, because normally it's not supposed to be like that. So now we're going to grab a part, and there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this. You can just select, which select tools always should be on. Just have it select because this is what you'll use to, so let's say we want to select stuff, just go like that, and you can do that. Hover over items, it will select everything like that. So basics kind of stuff. There is the move. You can also move with this. If you want to move it a certain way, the move tool is this, and you'll be able to do things like this with the green arrows, moving up and down, and in a nice way. Select will just move it to the item that is like able for it to go on top of, basically. So yeah, that's pretty simple. I'm gonna show you some shortcuts in a bit here. Now there's scale, which basically is meant to scale items. Now if you're trying to make a house, like I said, you can just go like this, scale them out. You can make a floor, go like this, and do whatever you need to do it there. And then let's say you want to insert another part. So I'll need to teach you some tricks in a second here, but that's what the scale's for. And then rotate, of course, same thing, where you can rotate, do all this kind of cool jazz, and some cool jazz like that. So that's another thing about rotate. Now, join surfaces and collisions. I have collisions off, mainly for the reason because if you're trying to do something cool like this, where you're trying to move in, now you're going to be doing this, you're going to try to move it in, and you're going to be like, why can't I move it in? That's because collisions is on, so you're going to have to turn that off. And that's when you can move stuff and do kind of like cool design. So I could do like a stairway going up, something like that. Join surfaces is just the white beam. It's just showing you if it's joined or not. If it isn't, it isn't. But like right here, it's not joined. Now they're together. So there's no gap, basically, is what that's saying. So yeah, I'm going to show you some cool tips and tricks in a bit here. But now we got the editor. Terrain editor is a big thing. Nothing too cool about it, in my opinion. If you're new to this, it's something that's going to be weird. But you can select like this and select fill and you can do fill with ground, and boom. And you can hit Control Z to undo it, let's say that. But that's like something you can do, regions, edits. So now the edit, this is how you use the thing. I'll do a more in-depth tutorial on how to do terrain. That's going to be in a whole nother video. It's just because like it's pretty hard. Let's say that. It gets confusing. And then like if you ever need to just quickly fix something, you can go like that and just hit delete like that. It's pretty cool stuff, you guys. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do in this game in Roblox Studio and learn on new things. So let's just delete all that. Now let's close that. So Toolbox is where you'll be grabbing all your models. Now if you are looking for models to grab, like I said, this is where you grab stuff, click it, and put everything in. This is where models, images, all that type of stuff is in, and you'll have your inventory with your models and all your stuff that you've made, and I'll show you how to import. Then recent and creations, same kind of thing. So Marketplace is a big thing for that. Well, Toolbox is, sorry, basically the same thing. So we're actually going to do that real quick. We're going to insert, let's say, a pine tree. Now, anything that has these orange things are made by Roblox, just to let you know, so they don't have viruses. So you can trust those. But if you ever search something up like tree, always be aware there are a lot of viruses out there. If you like keep them going down, see how it says these spam words? If they ever have these spam kind of like tree, always check inside them. See how they have a script? Just get rid of it. It doesn't even need it. You can just anchor it too. So yeah. So now that I have that, this is Toolbox. Pretty simple stuff. It's going to be my Explorer. This is where everything is. And you can just save to Roblox. Pretty simple. This is where you will... So how I did that was just right click right here, save to Roblox. And you will have all these things that pop up. And you can... I'll allow copying for someone to grab, and then you just put a description in and hit submit. And that's where you will have your asset that will pull up in your inventory, and you can pull it up. So that's how I did mine. Oh wait, there's my base plate. This is the nice base plate I like. But yeah, so that's basically what I was trying to say. So let's say how I just added my model. That's the model I added. That's my model. So that's pretty cool stuff. Now, let's move on from that because it's kind of simple and I didn't want to spend too much time. I have so much to go over. There's the parts. Now this is where you can insert a part, which is simple and easy. And you can insert spheres, wedges, meant for stairs and stuff like that, and cylinders. Now these are all certain things you can do. Pretty cool stuff, you guys. So that's something to look at. And then, yeah, that's the parts. You got the UI right here, which will let you insert stuff to like UI. So if I click, oh, no, I'll just click UI. You can insert stuff. So let's say screen GUI, and then you add in frame, scrolling text, all that kind of stuff and jazz. That's what that's for. So that's something to look at. Material. Now, this is where it gets pretty cool. These are the easy ones to do. You can go up here and click material and go to concrete. These are all the materials and colors you like and see. So like I said, this is how you make your game look good. You can do that type of stuff. And yeah, it's pretty easy. But let me say, okay, sorry about that. So this is where you can do all your colors, things like that. Like I said, guys, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to go too much in depth because I don't want to be like a huge video. But it's basically self-explanatory. This stuff right here will always save the same color. So if you just want the normal stuff with like it's the default, or if you want to keep making materials that are same things, just keep that. Because what that is where you can keep it where everything you spawn in will be that same color and material. There is things like anchor, which you always need to do, guys. Always anchor your items, or else if you don't anchor it and you hit play, which we'll do in a second here, so I'm going to anchor that, and I'm going to duplicate this. And we're going to anchor this one. We'll see in a second here. But let's see, I'm going to duplicate this like 3 times for fun. And then there's things like lock. Lock is pretty pissy annoying. It's a little annoying one. Because what happens is I can't click this. Now that's what you should do for a base plate or something you don't want to move while you're doing other things. But this, like, how are you going to find it? You know, like, you're going to have to go back into it and unlock it. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And then there's group. Group is a huge thing. Group is where it will create a model. Now models are what you would upload to a game, and models are where you have multiple parts into one thing and you can move at once. So let's say it will go like this. Normally I'd have to click each part, but you can just go like this and grab the model like that And there you go. The models moves everything together. And you can ungroup it and grab one thing out of it. So let's delete that. And you can group it. There you go. It's pretty simple. But yeah. So let me just click play right here. And I'll hit play here. So there's two things. You can hit play or play here. Play is where it will spawn you at a spawn point. Play here is where it'll spawn you right where you're standing, right where you're looking. Now these aren't anchored. Now keep notice that I'm moving these around, but this one, anchored. This, not anchored. I don't know if this is anchored. No, this isn't anchored either. So that's what I mean. Anything from up here they spawn, it's going to be unanchored. There goes the ball. But yeah. And then there's run. Run is like, I'll show you. So this should fall if I'm right. Yeah, it's gonna fall, and then you can move things around. It's like you're basically the player, but like you don't spawn in. So it's pretty simple, you guys. That's what I want to show you. There's resume, stop, team test, that stuff, game settings. Now we're gonna teach you the little trick I show you about making parts since we're just got done with that. When you grab a part, if you want to turn it, these are keyboard shortcuts. You can just hit R and rotate it in that degree where your thing is, or you can hit Control R, which is completely flipping it. Now that's a trick to learn, is that this will completely flip it, and you'll have it like that. But if you hit R, it's gonna flip it like in that like 90 weird degree angle. But Control R will just completely flip it and turn it. Then there's Control T, which will flip it up like that. You can do it again. So Control T's, all that kind of stuff. So let's go like that. Sorry. And if I do hit T, it will go up like that, and then I can rotate it and stuff like that. And then there's scaling and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's a little shortcut I want to teach you. Now we're going to talk about the right clicking, because right clicking is a huge thing and super easy. Cut is basically cutting something. Whoa, not that. I don't want to cut that. See, now this, I should lock this, so I'm going to lock it so I don't click it. So cut, and let's say I want to paste it into something. You put paste. Now this is where it's going to spawn it above the item that you pasted into. So cut is copy and paste basically. And you can also do that by doing Control X and Control V, like that. Or you can do Control C and Control V. Yeah, so that's pretty simple. Control C, Control V, just keep pasting it, that kind of stuff. Pretty simple. There's a lot of shortcuts with that, but yeah. Now, a big thing to remember as a developer, Control Z is to always go back what you've done wrong. Control Z. Always remember it, guys. You're going to need that, and just trust me when I mean you're going to need it. So Control Z. So if you're rotating at them, you can just Control Z back if you don't like it. Now, there is copy and paste, of course, paste into, and duplicate. Now, duplicate is how you keep the item in the same place, and it will literally just keep it there, but make another version. So it's going to be the same item, but you're duplicating it. Now, if I were to just copy it and then paste, it's going to go above it. But if you duplicate it, it's just going to stay there, and it's going to create that item. So that's simple, pretty simple. But as you can see, guys, let's say I'm just making something weird right here. I'm making a little anchor. I don't know what you can call that, but that's like simple to look at. And then there's delete, deleting the item, and then there's group, and we're going to look at these two in a bit here. Now, if you ever are far out like this, you can just right-click sign and hit zoom to, Control F, and it'll bring you there. World space, I've never used that before, so you're going to have to look at those. Insert part, you can insert another part. Insert object, which is mainly with scripts and stuff. I'll show you how to do that later. This stuff is a ton of crap. But yeah. And then union and negate. So we're going to go to the model tab now, and we're going to look at some stuff. There's a little bit more. There's transform, which is honestly pretty cool too. You can use this and do like whatever you want. Honestly, it's like a simpler version of scale, but like cooler, in my opinion. And you know, you can customize your thing. You can scale it in a certain way, make it really nice. It shows you the studs too, which is super cool. Now, rotate and move. These two things, I don't use them because they're like pretty weird to me. Like I like to have them in a certain way, but if you turn these up, which there should be already, you see how there's these increments right here? It will be rotating at a certain thing. So rotate, I would keep it at 5, because that will turn 90 degrees, 120, 180, whatever, 380, 360, that bullshit. And then there's move. Move, keep off, because you really don't need it. This will move it at a certain like thing. So if I were to turn this on and do like whatever 1.2 studs, it's going to move it that many studs. I don't really like that. I just keep it off. Rotate, keep it on, because you'll need that to make sure everything's in the correct space of rotation. So let's say like that. We can go exactly like that, know when it's curved, and just fix it later. So yeah, that's pretty simple to look at. We already went all this. Surface. This is like looking at a thing where it talks about glue and stuff. You can like change whatever you want. I don't really know, to be honest, guys. Like, I'm not too good with the surfaces. I wouldn't really recommend anything rather than, just chilling. You're fine. But I don't know. Just search up glue and stuff later, and I'll teach you that. You'll learn about that yourself. Now we're going to go to union and negate. Unioning is a big thing, too. There's, like, lots of things you can do with it. Mainly put parts together, make them, like, look good and stuff. So let's say we're going to go like this. I'm going to show you. We're going to go like that, and we're going to click union. Now, if you're wondering how I did that, oh yeah, and this is union, so they're together now. It's like a model, but union-wise, it's weird. If you're wondering how I just did that, like how I selected both of them, so we're going to separate, you just that, and then hit shift. Now, shift is where if you were to go like this and that, it's going to select all of them. But if you want, you hit control, and then control that, you can do that. So like if I want this one and that one, you just hit that, and then control, or this and shift. Now, it's pretty simple to look at. So that and shift, because why not? And then we'll click union. Now we got that. Now let's look at this. What if I grab this and click negate? This is a negative part. So if I were to do this, this is pretty cool, guys. This is something you can learn in building and make things super nice. I'm going to put this right here, and I'm going to go like this. Now watch and see what happens when I grab these two together in union. Boom. Some dope stuff, boys. Look how cool that is. You can make a tub with that. So that's what that does. You make a negative part, and you put it inside another. So if I were to grab this guy, for fun, let's just do it. And grab that. Let's make this negative. And then we'll grab that and union. Boom. Now it like did that weird sort of thing, and I can turn it around and have it and stuff. And then separate. You can separate everything. And now I got all my parts back. So now you got everything like that. So that's what that is. Union stuff like that, super easy. Create and all this stuff. Like I said, I don't really have a good thing of saying this. There's ropes. You can do so much things. Oh, I didn't mean to record. F12, F11, that's recording, by the way. But honestly, don't really worry about anything right now, because to be honest, I don't think there is for anything you guys to worry about in those. That's later on. But yeah. So now we have that, and then there's effects. A lot of this stuff is crazy, guys. There's so much to talk about. I just want you guys to go over what you think is best. Let's get rid of that. Explosions. Now we're gonna go to here and we're gonna hit effects and go fire like that. Point light, which will be that. Fire. You can do smoke. Put in the part. You can do beams, trails. Beams are some cool stuff. And if I were to like connect the beam to another thing, you do like certain things like attachment 0, which will be that, and then I'll create another part, and we'll go here, and attachment 1 will be here, or something. Well, beam will be, sorry, attachment 0 is that, and then attachment 1 is attachment, and boom, you get a beam. So yeah, that's kind of what like beams are for. So yeah, there's so much to do, guys. There's just a lot in basics to this stuff. This is a spawn point, pretty much basic stuff. You can control, size it down, move it to the side, do anything you want with it. You can get rid of that top part if you want by getting rid of the decals. Now decals are images that you put on your items, and you can change the textures of it, you can change the colors, so I could do whatever I want. But yeah, so spawn locations, we'll get into that lately. But yeah, so these are basically normal stuff. Insert object, this is where you just insert something. Don't really need to worry about that. Model, this is where you insert a model from your files. Service. Now, I finally figured out why people are confused why, where's my server ship service and stuff like that. This is where you click service and insert these. Now, insert teams, because you always need that. And then replicated script service, you don't need that. But these are all the main ones that you need. And if you ever don't have one, go to service and it'll be there. This stuff, don't really worry about. This is scripts right here. And if you were to create one, you create one that easily. Yeah, those are the difference. There's one between local, which is player, script is global, and then module is like a sort of setting kind of script. It kind of hard to say. Now test, same kind of thing. Now if you are trying to play by yourself on this Roblox Studio and test a game out, where like you want to fight yourself, you hit 2 players and you hit start, and it's going to pull up 2 files, and it's going to put them on your screen, and you're going to be playing with 2 characters, player 1, player 2, or player 3, player 4, player 5, and it's just going to be able to play. Now you have device, which you can look what your device, if you were on a mobile, and you can do anything, guys, like so much stuff. Xbox Ones, all that kind of cool stuff. This will help when it comes to certain things, but you can also just click that in the corner. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Also, if you were to click the started UI, screen UI, this is UI right here. If you click it off, you won't be able to see your screen UIs, which it will help when you want to get rid of that stuff. But yeah, so we got really through everything except plugins. I did a tutorial on it. Plugins are a big thing to help out when you are looking to do some advanced stuff. Now, I only recommend this for people who want all my plugins and stuff like that. Only recommend it for the people who know what they're doing and want to look at stuff. But like, see, there's cool things like this where I can literally put a text in. It's a plugin. So Coolio. That's pretty cool, and I can like click finalize, and now I have that, and that's pretty cool. These are plugins, but this stuff you can't really just do unless you manage them and get your own plugins and add them in. Now, plugins folder, you don't have to worry about that. You just normally go to toolbox right over here, and then you go to marketplace plugins, and you check all the plugins out, and you can download them. So yeah, pretty simple, guys. Now, we didn't go over Explorer yet. So workspace is the workspace. This is where everything else is going to be. Now I'm talking like literally everything. This is where you're going to put all your builds, some of your scripts, and just everything in general when it comes to building. But yeah, so that's basically workspace. And you want to group things. You can do folders. Now folders are like basically just to keep things organized. So I can put baseplate in there and call this world. And it doesn't really do anything, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, now this plus button, when you hover over things, this is where you insert an object. And there are so many things, guys. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I'm going to show you real quick what they are. You can do tons of stuff. Like, I'm talking insane. There is so much you can do, and you'll have to learn. But we're going to go through most of them and look at what some cool stuff is. But yeah, that's what that is. Players, don't worry about this. You normally don't have to touch that. You just leave it the same. Lighting, this is where you can change your lighting and work on what you like, what you want, you know, what looks good, and what do you think like you want to do in your game to make it look good. I did a tutorial on this too, so you can go check that out. But here you can also insert object and it will pop up the lightings. So bloom, blur, now I added a blur, my screen's all blurred. So that's some cool stuff. Lighting's just basically the outside. So if I want to go ambient, I can make it really dark. Global shadows, outdoor ambient. Now I got to make it red. Now everything's red. Replicated first. I don't really understand a lot of the stuff, guys. Even me as a developer. Mainly, you can just put stuff in these and grab them from them. Like you would go from replicated storage to everything. So, this would be a place. Replicated storage is namely where you put a place like this and call it events or something. And then you would put right here and you would go remote event. And remote events are to trigger things. It's pretty weird. I'll go into a scripting tutorial later. But, yeah, so like that kind of stuff's replicated storage. Now, server script is where you put all your scripts. Well, most of them. This is where it's going to be all the global scripts. You can even put them out in your workspace, but it's better to put them in here. And you could do like literally whatever you want. Like I said, like it's just said, hello world, whatever, jazz shit. So when you insert a script, it does that. Now, I'm not going to go too in depth with those right. Like I said, if you're new to Roblox Studio, I'd recommend just start building, have some fun, learn some things, and just doing that instead. Don't go into scripts. Server storage is where you can keep things that will not be shown in the game. It will just be in the server storage. You can grab them out of there too. So none of this stuff will be in the game. Like you can't grab it or whatever, I guess you could say. But, yeah. And then we got started GUI. This is the GUIs that we're talking about that I said. And this is where it's going to be all the screens, GUIs on your screen, and everything like that. We got starter pack. This is where if you spawn, this is for people who right when you spawn in the game, like right when you play, you spawn with a tool. So if I were to hit play right now, I'm going to spawn in with a tool, and it'll be pretty jazzy. So, yeah, so let's see what that looks like. So see, I got tool right here. Now that's what starter pack's for. So if you want someone to spawn in with something right away, you can do that. And you can search up anything like swords and all that stuff in the model thing. Starter player, this is going to be starter character scripts when it comes to local scripts and like what you want them to look like. Starter player, you can click this too. These ones don't really have anything, but starter player, if you click this, you can do like camera mode, which is lock first person. You can have a certain zoom distance, character walk speed, jump height. You can change all that stuff. So that's something to look at. Teams, you can do teams where you can insert teams and do different colors. So I want to do red for this one and do blue for this one. You can change the names of the team. Auto signable, we'll click that off, and then we'll go to this one. Now if I hit play, there will be a leaderboard, which leaderboards are a whole nother thing to talk about, guys. I'm going to do so much more of this. This is just part one, but sorry this is a long video. It's made to describe you, but as you can see, oh, did I lock first person? Oh, I think I did. Well, yeah, so that's what I mean. It's, you can see the leaderboard up here. That's the leaderboard. Now you have 2 teams. I need to unlock that. Yeah, keep it classic. There we go. So yeah, that's pretty simple. And we got sound services is like where you can insert sounds and grab sounds from there. Sound groups, pretty cool stuff. You can put sounds in there like this and do a bunch of stuff. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's something to look at. Chat service, Boba chat enabled, something cool like that you can do. It's pretty simple. But yeah, so let's say I'm gonna load in real quick. I'm gonna spam this so I don't die and you don't see it. That is Bubble Chat. Pretty simple stuff, you guys. So yeah, that's what I want to show you. Localization test service, don't worry about those because you really don't need to worry about it. But yeah, I hope that helped you guys. In my opinion, I hope it did because it's like really hard to explain like what we're trying to do here and show you what each thing is. There's just so much you're gonna have to go through and look at. But I wanted to get you with the basics on parts and everything like that. So yeah, that's mainly what I wanted to show you. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Part 2 will be probably on like learning about scripts. Not too much like scripting. I'm not going to do scripting, but learning about scripts, replicated, all that kind of events, all that stuff like that. So we're going to do that in the next video. I hope you guys did enjoy this. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share. Please feel free to join the Discord. And also, if you want, join the group. It's in the description. We are almost at 100 members. So yeah, feel free to do that. We're getting super close, you guys, to 2,000 subscribers. I'm going to be advertising my channel, try a bit, spending some money, but yeah, we're going to see you guys. That's a wrap for this video. I hope you did enjoy. Please comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one.